Well, it's always very, very special to be a part of this, and I'm a small piece of this. I'm very appreciative. I think it shows the character of Kendall, 33 years in a place that wasn't his home, but became his home, and as a player, and to give back to the youth of our community. Um, Speaks volumes to his heart, his generosity, his kindness, his family. Always shows up here, and they're very involved. And to be a piece of this means a great deal to me. And as a resident, someone who loves Champaign-Urbana, and somebody who's made this my home now for over 5 years, to see that kind of generosity, I hope it's something our players can learn from as well. And stand-up guy that does a lot of good for our community, and I'm excited to be out here and just a small piece of it, to see all these supporters and all this money that's generated that goes straight to the Cunningham House.
Coach, you said you're going to see Coffee tonight, is that right?
I am. Yeah, I'll go out to Summer League, and I'll actually see him play at 7 o'clock tonight, and then I will stay and see the Wednesday game and then come home Wednesday night. So excited to get out and see him, support him, have conversation with him, and yeah, he's taking on his next endeavor of his life, and I'm excited to be there to see him play and support him.
What have you seen out of him so far, if you've had a chance to watch games?
You know, I saw a little bit of the first night, and it was just a little bit. We've been in the middle of a recruiting period, so I have not seen him. I've kind of followed it on the stat line. It seems like he's getting a little more comfortable. It seems like he's starting to rebound the basketball very well. But again, I'll excited to see him tonight and see him in person, and get really dialed into how he's doing.
Brad, being out on the trail, what kind of swagger do you guys have right now as you're recruiting?
Well, I think it's good. I think the one thing that is hard is, you don't talk to everybody. You're not allowed. It's an evaluation period, so you're sitting there with a bunch of other ball coaches. But no, there's no doubt. We're people notice when we walk in now, and I think all the pundits out there and the scouting services and everybody's talking about us, and I know we've had very positive response from all the kids that we're involved with, and again, it's a great class that we have here. Kids out there, AAU coaches out there, high school coaches know about that class. So you pair that with the fact that got a couple championships, and it's a pretty good thing right now.
On the other side of it, The Athletic just listed you as one of the big winners in the transfer portal. How do you react to that?
Well, they like my $20 I tipped them to. That's we all know that's it looks great on paper, and these guys got to go out and perform. We met exactly what we wanted to accomplish, finding leadership, finding big guys, big wings who can do different things. Dane's now been with us a semester, so he's a little bit ahead of the other two. Matt just got here over the weekend, so still waiting on him to clear physical and do those things. I think it's a good thing. It says what a great job our staff did in identifying and being able to go get. And, a lot of new faces, but those veterans and those transfer guys have big shoes to fill, because we've got to count on them for more than just great play. We've got to count on them for leadership.
You said this year's schedule is going to be one of the all-time greats. What is your philosophy when putting that together, or helping put that together?
Well, first of all, I think we recruit guys who want to play in games like that against the best. I think that my whole philosophy is get prepared for league play. We've had the best league in the country for the last 2-3 years. I don't want to have any surprises. I don't want to be 10-11-0 playing nobodies, and then all of a sudden the league jumps at you and you're in trouble. And you find out who you are in league play. I want to find out before we get to league play. We go on the road. We've got neutral site. We've this year with Syracuse, we're going to see zone. So we'll have seen everything as we head into league play, and to me that's the biggest purpose, and I think it's exciting for our players to play in those games, and this group's going to have to mesh. We're going to have to grow up together, and why not do that against some of the best teams in America?
You haven't had a chance to see Matt on the court yet? Matt, you haven't
I've
seen
not.
What's the plan for him going forward? How soon do you get him out there?
Yeah, he's got to clear physical and do all of his blood work stuff. That is taking place as we speak. There's a procedure there, but I think later in the week we'll have an opportunity to see him. We know we've got a lot of video on him. We know what he's capable of doing, and he's. He sat there today and last night and was an observer, so he's starting to pick up lingo and get comfortable. And the biggest thing then will getting him in elite shape. Our guys have been going at it for a while, so he'll be a little behind there. So it's a catch-up mode for him.
Is there an ideal player type in the 23 class that you are looking at? Because obviously you have 4 guys in the 22 class. Like, what's the 23 look like?
Actually,
ideally?
5.
5, yeah. What's ideally look like?
Yeah, I think we would take a really, really good shooter, and then we need a kind of a we're looking at a bigger physical 4. That can do some things. Could also go to the post a little bit. I think that we lose Matt, and his versatility is a big piece of that, and finding someone to replace him is a top priority, and then we'll always look to try to continue to add shooting.
How comfortable you mentioned meshing? How comfortable can a team get without actual competition in November, being if they're all new to each other, largely?
Yeah, to me it's more about team building. To me it's more about understanding character and personalities and developing those things, along with just the simple basketball stuff, learning terminology. It's a lot of teaching right now. It's not a ton of high intensity stuff in terms of 5-on-5. It's more about teaching and understanding that. Getting a lot of shots, working on weaknesses. That's what we look to do. But as we continue to do team building stuff and get everybody here and identify, personalities, you start to see this group click. That's been fun. It's one of the things that is truly a big part of winning is what happens right now in those team building games.
How important is it for RJ to have a guy like Terrence going against him daily, and then obviously you'll work Matt into the fold as well?
Yeah, it's huge. Terrence is very much he's similar to Io in his work ethic, in his attention to work. He's a guy that doesn't back down. I've got to do the same thing with him that I've done with Io a little bit and say, let's be efficient. Let's not overwork. Let's be really good, because he'll spend all day in the gym if you let him. So, but everybody sees that. Everybody knows that. And a guy like RJ sees that physicality of a guy who's been in the weight room for 3 years, and Luke and all those guys. They can learn from him. And he's been again. He's had a lot of success in his career. So every moment's a learning moment, and we forget that those guys are still RJ and Luke are still young in terms of game minutes. So they're continuing to grow that way as well.
Where's Sky at physically? Is he getting close?
Yeah, getting really close. He actually tests today in comparison, right, left, injured and non-injured. So we'll have a better idea after today. But he's right there. He's doing a lot of the dry stuff full speed now, and that's really encouraging.
Coach, what do you think about USC, UCLA coming aboard?
Fabulous. Really exciting stuff. I think that we all have to have an understanding that the norms we've known are gone. And they've not just done that team-wise with the portal and name, image, likeness. They're going to do that as we transform here in the future in conference realignment. And what unbelievable prestige, and I'm speaking from The basketball side, I mean, you're talking Paulie Pavilion, you're talking John Wooden, you're talking about a team with Mick Cronin that just went to the Final Four. You're talking tremendous history, the best of all time, and we just added them to our league. And and then Southern Cal, Andy's done an incredible job there. But then you throw the football piece on, and you're talking, Rose Bowl and Coliseum and two prestigious academic institutions as well, so they fit our academic mold of the Big Ten. Couldn't be more excited, and excited to see where we continue to grow if we do continue to grow. So, but that addition's been I'm a big fan of.
Do you have suggestions for where you think the Big Ten should go?
That's way above my pay grade. I think that there's so many factors involved. I think Kevin's done a great job. I know as we move forward, obviously TV and some of those things factor into all of this. But Kevin's done a great job of acquiring those two and putting us in a much better position as we're all working on our TV contracts and everything else at the same time.
That makes 16. Is there a point where there's too many maybe in a conference?
Why? That's a traditional way of thinking. I think we have to not think that way. I think we have to understand that it's opportunity for, whether it's 16, whether it's 20, whether it's 24, whatever it is, it's going to be the best league in the country, with the best academics and present ourselves and our student athletes with the best opportunity to get a degree, be successful on and off in the best environment. And so I don't know if there's too many. I don't think that way. I'm just excited about the possibility of going to LA in January or February, and then continuing to see what develops as we move forward.
Is the schedule close? You said it's
finalizing a contract. We're waiting on one contract to be finalized and returned, and it's very close.
Are you looking far out, like years down the road for this, or is it more close?
We've slowed our Joey Biggs handles a lot of our scheduling, and we've slowed down a little bit, just simply because of conference realignment, different things that could happen. We're in a situation where we're at the end, we're very close to the end of contracts with the ACC. With the Gavitt games, I think we got another year maybe. So we want to see how all those things develop as we move forward before we put ourselves out there. But we are looking for great home and homes and those things we continue to look for.